Hey guys, it's Sue. Welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're brand new here. Today I am building a fairly small, well small comparatively speaking to the rest of my builds, a small modern family home in Newcrest. It is 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's 551 simoleons. So anyways, I just want to let you know right off the bat, I am battling a cold. It's not COVID. I've tested myself several times. It's definitely not COVID. However, my voice is a little bit off. I feel like I sound a little bit nasally, so I apologize for that. So anyway, about this build, I was not too sure about this build as I was building it. I just kind of didn't like the way that it was turning out, but I didn't hate it, so I kept building it. And sometimes if that happens and I'm not a huge fan of the house, I won't really make it to a video, but I'll still upload it to the gallery or maybe even put it on my Instagram. However, I love the interior of this house so much that I decided to just look past the exterior of this house and just post it anyway. So the reason I love the interior so much is a couple different reasons. I had taken an idea, and I believe her name is Jessica Pie YT. I had taken a little bit of an idea with platforms inside the house that I had never thought of before. I usually don't like using platforms because I think they're just like too weird and glitchy. I don't like how like walls will just disappear. I don't like how your sim sometimes like can't walk on them. I don't know. I just try to stay away from them. However, I really liked what she had done with the platforms, where she made platforms to go into the house, and then like the kitchen and the living room and everything was kind of on a different level. So that's what I end up doing in this interior. And then the second thing is I feel like the inside is very like IKEA, Scandinavian, maybe even a little bit of like Japanese inspiration on the inside of the house. Very modern, minimalist. I really enjoy the color scheme. Like basically I wish my house looked like the inside of this house. So I was able to look past the exterior of the build because I loved the inside so much, and I don't hate the exterior. It just didn't really come together the way that I wanted it to. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think of the exterior, because maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. I'm kind of hypercritical of my own builds, and I try not to post something that I'm not in love with. So the fact that I'm posting this when I'm not completely in love with it is kind of like ruining my life. Okay, I might be exaggerating there, but the inside is just so nice. So anyways, I made these little platform steps going up. I've been trying to use terrain tools and platforms a little bit more in my builds. Trying to just kind of do some different stuff rather than just having like the same old family homes over and over and over again. I'm placing these trees from the debug menu. As you will notice, these are my new favorite item in the game. I put them in all my builds now. I don't know what took me so long to find these trees in the debug menu, but now that I found them, it's so much better than the equivalent tree that's like in our actual catalog that's for anybody to use. Like, I don't know, the shadowing is better. I like the way like they're kind of smooth. They just look more realistic, but I mean that kind of goes with anything in the debug menu. Right now I'm putting some pillars on the side, but I decided not to use those pillars. I decided to make it a lot more minimalistic, and I felt like that the pillars just took away from that. I felt like they were kind of like just sticking out. And for some reason, I was having so much trouble with where I should put the paint placement on this house, and you'll see me fiddling with that a lot. So right now, just putting down some trees. So the order that I've been going in lately is I do the front, and I do the front landscaping. Like I do the shell, the front landscaping, and then I go in and do the floor plan, which I'm doing here. And then I usually go to the backyard landscaping and then go in and start furnishing. So the other thing that happened with this build is I had a lot of roofing issues, as you will see. And I'm sorry, behind me, I'm babysitting my mom's dog and he's growling behind me. So I'm sorry if he starts barking soon. He's kind of a little leaper dog. But anyway, the roofing kept clipping through this build and it was driving me nuts. Like no matter what I would do, I could not get rid of the roofing glitches. Usually if this happens, I just like rebuild with the room tool and it goes away, but this wasn't happening. I was ready to just throw my computer out the window. So here I am just using my tester sim to like make sure that they can get up and down off the platforms and stuff like that to make sure the height was okay. So your sim is able to navigate through this whole house. I didn't have to use any staircases or anything to get up or down from the platforms. So everything's kind of just on a separate level. So the living room is like a sunken living room, basically. I use the medium wall height. So when you're on the platform, the medium wall height looks like a small wall height, but when you're in the living room, it looks like a tall wall height. And it looks sunken. So it's pretty cool when you're like looking from like the entryway or the kitchen, this little sunken living room. And I absolutely love the living room and how it turned out. I can't wait to show you on here. So right now I'm just fiddling with the floor plan, trying to figure out where I want stuff. I think by this point I had fixed the roofing issue upstairs, so that should be fixed. Right here I'm just trying to figure out, I want that kitchen to be on the left side, but I didn't like the small little entryway, so I ended up just making the bathroom a little bit smaller and finishing the platform all the way across, and then the stairs, as you can see, start on the platform. The other thing too is, did you see how all the walls are disappearing? Oh my gosh, it just drives me nuts. I don't know why platforms are just so annoying to use. I just feel like they should not be that annoying. Like, especially now it's been a couple years, like, why haven't they fixed the platform issue? And maybe other people don't think it's an issue, but it really hinders me from wanting to like use them ever in my builds. So moving on to the backyard, it's a pretty small backyard. I did a lot of lush landscaping, and then I have got that little patio there. I do end up putting in a monkey bar set, so there's something for them to do in the backyard. I put a grill back there and a seating area. So pretty small backyard, but it's a nice little backyard for your family to sit in. Oh, and I put in a hot tub. I haven't put in a hot tub in any of my builds in so long, but I was like, you know what? I'm putting a hot tub in this build. It's not big enough for a pool, so let's go with the hot tub, and I really like it. So coming back to the inside of this house now, oh my gosh, I love the inside so much. I used this flooring that I never use. I think it's from Cats and Dogs, and it's like the painted wood floor, and I never use it ever. And for some reason, I wanted some light wood, but I didn't like any of the other options for light wood, so I ended up using this and loved it. And then I basically do the same color on the wall, which you'll see here once we go back inside. And every room in the house is the same color, except for the toddler room. I made like a purple color, which is on the ground floor, but everything else is the same color. The hallways, all the bedrooms, living room, kitchen, everything. Right now I'm making the kitchen. It's a little bit small and cramped, but I think that it works well, and I don't know, I'm not mad about it. I was planning on putting the dining room on the other side, but I felt like that was going to be weird to have the dining room over there, so I ended up putting the dining room under this because I had shrunk down the way the bathroom was, how it was like kind of a big bathroom. I shrunk that bathroom down so there was room to put a table and chairs over there. And then on the other side, instead of making that the dining room, I made that like a little office nook area. The computer like looks outside those big picture windows, and oh my gosh, I would kill to have that computer room with those big huge windows right there. So here we are putting in the dining room. As you can see, I just was able to fit it there. It actually fit quite perfectly there, to be honest. I used a lot of stuff from Dream Home Decorator, Tiny Living, I think that, and then yeah, that's probably about it for like things that I used a lot of. I ended up also changing the color of the stairs over there to like a light tan color instead of the white. I didn't do really much in here just because, I don't know, I guess I didn't feel like it. So the entryway is a little bit plain. Sorry, my mom's dog is barking. Okay, I actually had to stop my recording there because my mom's dog started going like completely apeshit and I couldn't even talk. So I lost my train of thought on what I was even talking about before that happened. But I'm working on the little office nook area. Right now, there's really not much in there. I just kind of put the computer, hung up a few pictures, but the living room is the best part of the ground floor, which I'm about to work on next. I think actually though, I might end this voiceover now because he is getting pretty angry behind me and I feel like it's just going to happen again. So I'm going to close out this voiceover and let you guys listen to music for the rest of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.